was trying to scratch around that, I uncovered another bottle. Let's see what that is. It's a beer, probably a mink. I mean, if it's anything else, I'll be surprised. Okay, it's clearly blown in mold. That's all I know. It is... No, it's not a mink. It's a Hudepohl from Cincinnati, Ohio. Huh. It's too bad that wasn't just a little older, because it'd be a blob. A blob of this style would be pretty good. It'd be something if that's what that down there was, but it's aqua. I've never seen an aqua Hudepohl blob. So, yeah. It's a good sign it's blown. Alright, keep going down there. I don't know if it's ready yet, but I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to find out if it's a Pluto or something better. Yeah, because it's tooled. Well, no. If it's tooled, it can't be a Pluto water because those are machine made. I mean, I think it's tooled. Huh. That's really interesting. Okay, well, this is shaky, I apologize, but that's the only way I can film. You know, it's kind of risky doing this in a way because I might break it, because I have less control over this thing. Okay, I'm going to have to actually clean it out, so I'll get back with you when I can actually get it out. So I'm just going to get it loose. I'm just going to have to see if I could invest in a stand for this or something. So I could sit in the dirt and position it to where it actually films. Here it comes. Alright, let's see what it is. It is tooled. Says root. Okay, it's probably a slick. Yep. Oh well. Well, if there's blobs in here, then I mean, you know, there has to be an embossed one somewhere. Of course, this is probably the very last one they made, but still. There's a big quart something down there. I wonder what it is. I hope it's not just some slick or something like that. I'm thinking it's probably a blob beer. I'm just hoping it's one that I don't have. It could be a Hudepohl Buckeye from Cincinnati, Ohio. I done 4 of them in a privy once. So I still have some of those available. Because I gave Sister Lady Adventures, Ruth from Sister Lady Adventures. Well, she got a couple of them because she was in the pick. And I got a couple. What is that? Oh no, it's a big old mink. AB Company. Well, quart sizes are less common, so that's good. Okay, have something here. Beer, it's aqua. Lachman. H. Lachman, Cincinnati, Ohio. Huh. Well, the Cincinnati ones are where it's crowns, but the Indiana ones are blobs. That's weird. Is that a bottle there? That's broken. Whatever it is. Alright. Yep, it's an old line. I think I'll leave it for the construction workers, since I hear they're keeping bottles. And something here looks kind of interesting. It has a chemist looking top and it's big. It would be something if it was a Buffalo lithium water, but I don't know about that, but I might be lucky. Okay, I don't want to chip the top up though, so I guess I better claw around it some first. Because that would be a first time find if I was to get that one out of their hole. And it's the right color, I think. It's like a clear aqua. There's something else in there too, though. Man. I wonder what the other one is. Looks like a beer. Probably a either a slick or a whatever those are, Minks, Hootable. Okay, so I'm gonna claw around some more and I'll get them back on camera. Unless I can find a place to sit this down, which would be really nice, but I don't know. Okay. Nope, that's not going to work because it's against my Okay. Let's try again. Wow, is there another bottle back in there? Okay. Well, that's just an ammonia. Probably a slick one if I guess, but yeah, it's a slick. Broken? Yeah, broken. It was a Weedman anyway, a very common brewery bottle. No for the final one. I'm hoping it'll be something good like a Buffalo lithium water. Looking top. That's a huge base, but square, so that's a good thing. Just worried it'd be that. Kind of. Okay, there. Oh. It's a broken one. Oh, that wasn't it. No, it's still there. Oh wow. Okay, I got this underneath it. I'll pry it upward. Okay, here it comes, guys. Alright. Let's see what it is. Is it a Buffalo or a Slick? Lips all there. It is something even better. Is that a crack or is it a glass to fall? Navajo. Oh yeah. That's a bottle from New Paris, Ohio, I believe. That's a nice one there. A very nice one. Wow, I mean, lip was already chipped a little bit, but other than that, it's all there. And that's not a crack there, I don't know, it's some open bubble. But yeah, that's nice. amazing to see that with all them busted up bottles. Alright, so we got another blob top showing, or Baltimore Loop, but yeah, it's sitting there pretty good. Champagne style bottle. I'm gonna have to claw around it some more. Camera's only at like 13% or something stupid like that. So yeah, hope it lasts. Wow, amazing how hard some of this is to get out of here. It really is. There we go. So much broken in here. Okay, well, I feel calm now. Oh yeah, there it goes. I'm guessing Mink Brewing from Richmond, Indiana. Yep. And it's the quart, which is the harder to get size. I wonder why my camera's looking all funny. It's looking white. Must be fogged up because of temperature change back there underground. It's warm. Out here it's cold. Hey, I got a Hainer whiskey here if it's not broke. Yep. Hainer from Troy, probably. Troy, Ohio. Yep, it's from Troy. And there's another beer in there, I think. Ooh. I don't know if this one's a Crown or Blob or what, but it'd be nice if it was a nice old Blob, not some slick one or a Mink. I found quite a few of the Minks already. Unless it's the older one, the older Minks are kind of harder to get. So, well, let's go in there and find out. Yeah, I'd say it's probably going to be a Blob if it's a beer. Oh, what a ripoff. Well, what is it anyway? It could just be a slick. There's a seam. One side. Well, is that a slick or is that just... Yeah, it's not on the heel, so that's a slick. Oh well. WG Company. Not familiar with it. Could be a Western Glass Company, I suppose. If that company exists. There's some name I thought would go good with the initials, but then again, we're not out west, so I don't know. Could be why I haven't seen it before, as in the initials. Alright, well, keep on going. Got a couple more showing here. One's a cork top, another one is probably going to be a Crown or Blob wine because it's green. So if it says anything, I'll be very surprised. But it has a cork top. I mean, it's got not shaped for a cork top. It's not a Hainer. It's not shaped like a regular whiskey, so I have no idea what the heck it is. Just wonder if it's any good or not. Well, I guess I should go over there and pull it out. State wine. Something wine from New York in a slug plate. I've actually never seen this bottle before, so that's pretty cool. Is that another bottle up there? Yeah, there is. Oh, it was. Of course, if it broke that easy by me just touching it, would have been cracked already anyway. Anyway, let's see what this wine is. Yep, it's one of them blob wines. When I saw how shiny the glass was, that kind of gave it away. Uh-oh, got a notification. My battery is running low, so some features may be limited. Well, that's not good. Well, if my phone dies and I can't film anything, I apologize. I'd love to get everything on film for you, but sometimes stuff like that happens. So, alright, later. Okay, I've got something here. Oh, is it one of them wines again? Yeah, it is. Oh, I got two of them wines. Alright, sorry you can't see the embossing well. It's muddy and the mud's sticking to my gloves and not coming off because it's wet. What's up, everyone? So finally got most of these cleaned up. The others I'm going to try to sell as a lot as is. First we got a fruit jar insert. It's a Hero Cross fruit jar. Then we got some bromos here. All of them are machine made, but the right one here, it's blown in mold. And I got blown the Pines Belly and Company. Then there's a machine made Atrask ointment. This little guy's unique. I've never found one quite like it. I did chip it there, or maybe it's already that way. It's made of kind of thick glass. I mean, you can see it has like a little tube there, just like a little cylinder there that some perfume could fit in. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that could possibly be. It's got some bubbles in the glass. And there's this one, Carbona Products Company. Then here's another paneled one, Atwood's John D. Spitters from Georgetown, Massachusetts. Then we got an Ayers Cherry Pectoral from Lowell, Massachusetts. I think that's the first one I found in this size. And here's another odd size. It's a Sloan's Liniment from Boston. I've never seen one quite like this, or maybe I have, but I do know these are much less common than the usual style Sloan's Liniment, which are normally larger than this. Then there's some insulators here. They got a bunch of patent dates on them. 1870, and there's top on that, it's 1865. And on the back it says Brookfield, and it has an address, 45 Cliff Street, New York. So those are a little bit earlier and better than the average insulator. I mean, I still think they're fairly common, but less common than the 42 insulators are. I'm not an insulator collector, so they'll be available. Then I got this crock here. Turned out to be in good shape. Next up is a quart mink from Richmond, Indiana. Quarts are less common than the pints, but quite a bit. That one's one too. Then we have a genuine caloric punch wine bottle or punch bottle. It's aqua and has an applied top. Not sure on the age because it's probably from another country. Bottles from other countries were made with applied tops longer than American made bottles were, so that could be early 1900s, but it might be older, you never know. I mean, that seal is pretty crude looking. Empire State Wine Company from Penn, New York. It's blown in mold, has a whiskey looking top. I thought these were much more common Virginia Dare Garrett and Company wine bottles, but it didn't have a little ridge near the very top like those do, so I thought, well, they might be something else, or it might just be an earlier variant that I haven't seen yet. But yeah, glad they turned out to be different, because that's the first time I've seen those bottles before. Then we got a Mink Brewing here. It's a blob top, or a Baltimore loop top, I should say. I got a nice Indianapolis, and this one is probably the best example of an amber one and the size I've found yet. I mean, it's only the second one I've found in the amber. Normally these are in aqua. You find the amber crown tops all the time, but not the Baltimore loop tops. Once you start getting in the Baltimore loop top Indianapolis bottles, they almost always are aqua. And then we got a Lachman. It's the H. Lachman Brewing from Cincinnati, Ohio. The H stands for Herman. It's an uncommon Cincinnati bottle. We got this one here. I thought it was just a mink, so I left it the first time. Then I came back a second time. I picked it up, and I was like, wait a second. It says L.B. Thurman, Richmond, Indiana. So L.B. Thurmans are not common, so I figured I'd bring it to keep it in my personal collection, but it is damaged, but oh well, it's going in my collection. I collect what I collect. I mean, I'm not all about making huge investments, so if it fits in my collection, then it'll go in until a better example is found. Who knows, I might never get a better one, but I might. And lastly, we got this nice hutch here. Majika and Gruner from Chicago, Illinois. Has a star embossed. Also a star on the base. I was kind of surprised to find it because it wasn't from the area I was digging, but it's always nice to find an embossed hutch regardless, so yeah. I'd say it was a decent dig. Well, it was a 2-day dig, and one time at night, one of the workers, or someone who looked like a worker, was down at the bottom of the hill. So when we saw each other, I just waved, and he waved back, and then another time, I tried to bury my digging tools because I was going to leave and go get some lunch, and one of them was on the hill just staring at me, and so he got to see me leave, so I never got kicked out of there. I guess they were working down the street from there. I mean, yeah, I could have asked permission, but if I did that, they might have just said, oh, well, we're worried about you getting hurt, it's a liability, or something like that. But it could have also gone another way, where I was allowed to dig, and they were cool with it. I mean, the only reason I could think of that they wouldn't want me to dig is because they were worried about me getting hurt, and I know I can dig without getting hurt, as I did, and anyway, I feel like if I get hurt digging wherever, it should be my responsibility to cover the expenses, not the property owners. That's the way I see it. If I get hurt, well, it's my own fault. I don't think it's a property owner's fault. People have talked about printing out waivers for that type of thing. I just haven't got around to doing that yet, but plan to for some areas, in case they come in handy. But yeah, if they said no, then at that point, that would have been trespassing if I were to go there afterwards, and I don't know, it just seemed like it'd be easier just to dig the way I was, and if someone said something, well, they were either going to be cool with it, or they wouldn't, and they would kick me out. So, yeah. I guess that's all. So, yeah, thanks for watching. It was a pretty good dig, and, yeah. Till next time. I actually forgot about these two somehow. I don't know why, because they're a couple of the favorites from the dig. First is a Watkins bottle. Now, these Watkins bottles are pretty common, but they're only common in clear or aqua. This is amber. I've never seen an amber one before, so it's probably a decent bottle. Now, because of the brand name itself, it might not be super popular, but it's definitely an uncommon bottle. Some bottles are normally common, such as, let's say,
Dr. Kilmer Swamp Root Bladder Cure or whatever. Those bottles are pretty common, but yet a lot of people collect the different variants of them, and because of that, the rarest variant, which I think has organs on it or something like that, goes for over $1,000. So it'd be cool if people started collecting other bottles with many different variants, including something like this, because this would be something good. But right now, I don't think anyone is at this time, so because of that, it might not be worth a whole lot, or it might be, I don't know. But yeah, there's lots of different mass-produced bottles that have a lot of common variants, but they also have some that are pretty hard to get. I'll name a few examples like Larkin, Dr. King's, Foley's, Caldwell's, trying to think, Martin and Martin, because they have a stove polish, metal polish, furniture polish, those types. And there's more than that. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. So yeah, that's a decent bottle there. But that's not the best one, I don't think. I have to say the best is this one, even with the chip. Navajo. So that one can be pretty good. I mean, that has to be a pretty good bottle because it's like a three-way type of collector. You got the Ohio people just looking for good Ohio bottles. That's a good Ohio bottle. It's from a small town. That town is New Paris, Ohio. It's right along the Ohio and Indiana border. Now, when I looked it up, it said it was made by the Cedar Distilling Company or Cedar something company, or Cedar Hotel Company, that's what it was. So, according to my research, this is actually a soft drink bottle, which is kind of odd, because it looks more like a chemist. But, yeah, that's a pretty good one. So you got the Ohio collectors, and then the Indian collectors, because it has a big Indian embossed on it. It says Navajo. Some people collect strictly bottles with Indians or Indian names on them, so that would fit into their category. And then finally, there's the Preble County, Ohio collectors. They'll collect bottles from, like, let's say Eaton or some other town in Preble County, maybe Gratis, I think that's in Preble County. Almost all the towns in that county are tiny and they don't have many bottles from them, so that'd be a great fit to their collection. So even with that chip there, I'd say I could get at least 100 for it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I could get 200 for it, maybe even more than that. If I don't decide to keep it, I don't know. Definitely needs a tumble, but once you tumble it up, I mean, even with a chip, looking at it straight like that, yeah, you can't tell it's there, but it's not terrible. And I don't think the one guy that I know that collects Eaton, Ohio stuff has this particular bottle, so it's a pretty tough one to get.